A pleasant day to each and every one of us, especially to you, Sir Kaputan Marlekbin. I'm glad to make a video report for week 3 regarding for the legal basis for the study of gender and society. Anyway, before we go any further, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Neljan L. Supangan, a student of Camiguin Polytechnic State College, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a major in Human Resource Development Management. Among the three options, first is Republic Act 7192 of 992, second is Republic Act of 9710 of 2009, and lastly is Beijing Platform for Action 1995. I choose Beijing Platform for Action 1995. But before we start discussing, allow me first to ask one question. From your own understanding, what does Beijing Platform for Action 1995 is about? When we say Beijing Platform for Action of 1995, it is also called Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, or BDFA. It is a landmark documentation for advancing the right of women and gender equality worldwide, agreed during the Fourth World Conference on 1995. The international community came to an agreement on comprehensive blueprint of commitment to support women's full development and equality with men in 12 areas of concern. First is women and poverty. Because persistent and increasing burden of poverty on women. So the solution is review, adapt, and maintain microeconomic policies and development strategies that address the needs and efforts of women in poverty. And the second is revise the laws and administrative practice to ensure women's equal rights and access the economic resources. And the third is provide the woman with access to savings and credit mechanism and institution. And lastly, fourth is develop gender-based methodologies and conduct research to address the feminization of poverty. The second from 12 areas of concern is women and the economy. Because inequality in economic structures and policies in all forms of productive activities and access to resources, the solution is first to promote women's economic rights and independence, including access to employment, appropriate working condition, control over economic resources, and second is to facilitate women's equal access to resources, employment, markets, and trade. Third is provide businesses services, training, and access to markets, information, technology, particularly to low-income women. Fourth is to strengthen women's economic capacity and commercial networks. Fifth is to eliminate occupational segregation and all forms of employment discrimination. Sixth is promote harmonization of work and family responsibilities for women and men. Third is women and health. Because inequalities and inadequacies in and unequal access to health care and related services. So the solution is to increase women's access throughout the life cycle to appropriate, affordable, equality health care, information, and related services. Second is strengthen preventive programs that promote women's health. Third is undertake gender-sensitive initiatives that address sexual transmitted disease, HIV, AIDS, and sexual and reproductive health issue. Fourth is promote research and disseminate information on women's health. Fifth is increase resources and monitor follow-up for women's health. Number 4 is women in power and decision making. Because inequality between men and women in the sharing of power and decision making at all levels. So the solution is first take measure to ensure women's equal access to full participation in power structures and decision making. Second is increase women's capacity to participate in decision making and leadership. 5 is human rights and of women. Lack of respect for and inadequate promotion of human rights of women. So the solution is promote and protect the human rights of women through the full implementation of all human rights instruments, especially the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, or CEDAW. Second is ensure equality and non-discrimination under law and practice. Third is achieve legal literacy. Sixth, from areas of concern is education and training of women. Because inequalities and inequities in unequal access to education and training. So the solution is to ensure equal access to education. Second is eradicate illiteracy among women. Third is improve women's access to vocational training, science, technology, and continuing education. Fourth is develop non-discriminatory education and training. Lastly is allocate sufficient resources for monitor and implementation of education reforms. Moreover, to promote lifelong education and training for girls and women. Number 7, from areas of concern is women and the media. Because stereotyping of women and inequality in women's access to and participation in all communication systems, especially in the media. So the solution is increase the participation and access of women to expression and decision making in and through the media and new technologies of communication. Number 2 is promote a balanced and non-stereotype portrayal of women in the media. Number 8, from areas of concern is women and the environment. Because gender inequalities in the management of natural resources and in safeguard of environment. So the solution is involvement women actively in environmental decision making at all levels. Second is integrate gender concern and perspective in policies and programs for sustainable development. Third is strengthen and establish mechanisms at the national, region, and international, regional, and international levels to assess the impact of development and environmental policies on women. The number 9 from the areas of concern is women and armed conflict, because the effects of armed and other types of conflict on women, including those living under foreign. So first is increase the participation of women in conflict resolution at decision-making levels, and protect women living in situation of armed and other conflict or other foreign occupation. Second is reduce excessive military expenditures and control availability of armaments. Third is promote non-violent forms of conflict resolution and reduce the incidence of human rights abuse in conflict situation. Fourth, women's contribution to fostering a culture of peace. Fifth is provide protection, assistance, training to refugee women, other displaced women in need of international protection, and international displaced women. Six is provide assistance to the women of the colonized and non-self-governing territories. Number 10 is from areas of concern is violence against women, because this is very common from many countries. So the solution is take integrated measures to prevent and eliminate violence against women. Second is study the causes and consequences of violence against women and effectiveness of preventive measure. Third is eliminate trafficking in women and assist victims of violence due to prostitution and trafficking. Number 11 from areas of concern is insufficient mechanisms for the advancement of women at all levels. So the solution is create and strengthen national machineries and other governmental bodies. Second is to integrate gender perspectives in legislation, public policy, programs, and projects. Number 3, generate and disseminate gender disaggregated data and information for planning and evaluation. Number 12, or the last areas of concern, is the girl child, persisting discrimination against and violation. Because persistent discrimination against and violation of the rights of the girl's child. So the solution first is eliminate all forms of discrimination against the girl child. Second is eliminate negative cultural attitudes and practice against girls. Third is promote and protect the rights of the girl child and increase awareness of her needs and potential. Number 4 is eliminate discrimination against girls in education, skills development, and training. Number 5 is eliminate discrimination against girls in health and nutrition. Number 6 is eliminate the economic exploitation of child labor and protect young children at work. Number 7, eradicate violence against the girl child. Number 8 is promote the girl's child's awareness of the participation in social, economic, and political life. Number 9 is strengthen the role of family in improving the status of the child or the woman child or girl child. And that's all. Thank you.